Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. And now we're going to talk about another fun way to experience the celebration of lights, actually run through the celebration of lights. And we've got Tom Peck here to tell us a little bit more about this race.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
It's good to be here again. 12 years now.
Great to have you.
12 years.
12 years.
Well, you haven't been here 12 years, but I've sat in this, well, maybe not this chair, but you know, whatever couch was here before for 12 years.
It feels like it was only a few months ago that we were just talking about this.
I know.
And it's Christmas time again already.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast the time goes. It seems like we put the stuff away for 1 year, take a couple of weeks off, and then boom, right back into planning for this year.
Yeah. So Tom, tell us a little bit about the Race for the Light. Give us some background on this.
Well, the Race for the Light, we're in our 12th year. It is a benefit fun run walk, 5K. To benefit Christine Ann Domestic Abuse Services. It's presented by Theta Care. They have been our title sponsor for all 12 years. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing about, the neat thing about this race is that the middle mile of the course goes through the celebration of lights, which we just saw a couple of minutes ago. So it's a very unique race. A lot of people have gone through celebration of lights in their car, but it's a totally different view as you go through it. In fact, that's kind of how it started. As my wife and I and our two kids were going through the original celebration of lights 13 years ago, and being a runner and everything like that, we were driving through, and I kind of went, "Wow, this is really cool." And my wife was going, "Well, this is neat, but I'm not having the same reaction you are, you know." And I said, "No, no, 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 no." I said, "It'd be really cool to put a fun run walk together." So we talked to Celebration of Lights. And then the next year we had our first event. 125 people showed up. Mm-hmm. We had a tent on the lawn of what is now the Waters, mm-hmm. with the big propane heaters and everything in there. Oh. And now we are up to over 1,200 people. We basically fill almost the entire Boys and Girls Club, which is where the race will start from this year. Mm-hmm. And so just the way that it's gone over the years, it's been tremendous. And obviously it's grown, and the support that we have for it. I run into people throughout the year, whether it's at a running event or something. And you know, you talk about runs and stuff like that, and I mentioned that I'm the director. "Oh yeah, we know about this one. Yeah. That's the one with the lights. And we've heard about it, or we've run it and everything like that." And I think that we've actually got, there's a handful of people who have actually done all 12 runs. Even the 1 year that we had to cancel it because of a blizzard, they still went out and ran the course in a blizzard. So
really,
we do have some tremendous support and some pretty fanatical people related to our race. So
some
it's a
dedicated
lot of fun.
Race for the Light people.
Some committed people, or maybe some people who should be committed.
Yes.
You know, but no, they it's as a race director, it's really great to hear those types of stories, because you know that you're really giving people a fun event, and it's for a great cause, Christine Ann Domestic Abuse Services.
And I mean, talk about a great way to look at the, I mean, from the beginning when you said it's a different way to see the celebration of lights. It's one thing to drive through it. It's another thing to, you know, run through it and be completely surrounded by it. There's no windows or anything in there separating you from it, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is that, you know, you've got up to 1,200 people running this, and so you're with a group of people, and anybody who's a runner who runs a race, no matter how long it is, even though you're out there, you may be competing or whatever, you kind of develop, even though you've never met the person next to you, you develop a bond with them because you're doing something together.
Oh,
and so it's a real cool way of getting some exercise, of helping a great cause, and then also maybe making a new friend or something. So it's just a fantastic event for somebody to get involved in.
It's a great community event. And December 6th, that's Saturday. 6th, yeah. What time is the race?
The race starts at 4:30.
Okay.
Registration begins at the Boys and Girls Club at 3 o'clock. People can register in advance at on our website, www.christineann.org.
Great. And the Celebration of Lights, the route for driving through it has changed this year. Is that also going to change the route for the race?
Yeah, we have to flip the race, so we're running it backwards. No, people, we're not running it literally backwards.
That would make things interesting.
Yeah, I thought about that when we first had I thought that would be, boy, you talk about a really unique race.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been fun. No, the course it basically follows the same streets. The thing is that basically what you can think of is that the finish is now the start, and the start is now the finish.
Okay.
And so instead of entering the park by Webster Stanley, we'll be entering the park off of Merritt Street by the tennis courts. But they'll still go through the entire celebration of lights, and you know, hundreds of thousands of lights. And I've run this thing for 12 years, but I've yet to run it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never participated in it because one thing that I do as the race director, I want to thank people for supporting our race. So I go to the finish line and I'm there from the first runner across to the last walker across, thanking them. And the neat thing, like I said, about the support we have is the people, when I say, hey, thank you for being here, they say to me, no, thank you for putting this on. And we really appreciate what you do. And I'm like, oh, no, actually, without you guys, I've got nothing.
Without runners, you don't have a race.
Yeah, but that said, it's not just me. I have a great team that I work with that helps me out. And over the years, I mean, they've taken it and made it grow. And I couldn't have a better team of people to work with.
Yes, and mostly
great.
Volunteers.
Yes, all volunteers. Some people that work for Christine Ann. We have Sue Traska, who's our marketing director, who does that, and Jeannie Clay-Witter. Those are our two main ones at Christine Ann, and without those two, I got to tell you, I'm lost. So I really appreciate everything they do. But then again, the rest of our committee is volunteer. All the volunteers that'll be on the course, all the volunteers that'll be at the Boys and Girls Club. So it is, it's a great team effort.
And it's all for a great cause.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that, the race benefits the Christine Ann Center here.
Race benefits Christine Ann Domestic Abuse Services, which is the Domestic Abuse Services Agency, and we cover Winnebago County as well as Green Lake County. And we are there. Our mission is to basically end domestic abuse and domestic violence. We're there to educate. We are there when people need us. We are there for shelter and that type of thing. We have our educators go out into the schools. One of the big things now is that we're focused on is date rape. And you know, those types of things, because the thing is that it's like anything. It's been proven that a child who is exposed to domestic abuse may very likely become an abuser themselves. And so what we want to do is we want to educate. That's the key, is education. But then again, we also want to be there with our services and our shelters when someone needs us. And then once people do come into shelters, then we do provide them with the services to help them, whether it be provide them with gas money for their car, help them get some job training, help them to become self-sufficient so they can go out on their own and get away from the situation.
Yes, so definitely, I mean, having this race, it's much needed support for the Christine Ann Center.
Oh, it definitely is, yeah.
Yes, and you can find a lot more information on the Christine Ann's website,
Yes.
which is christineann.net.
christineann.net.
Okay.
Yeah, christineann.net.
As well as registration for the Race for the Light?
Yep, you can register there. If they have any questions, they can call us at 920-729-5727.
Okay.
Or they can go to info@christineann.net.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Yeah. So
well, Tom, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck at the race.
Well, thank you very much, and again, we really appreciate everything OCMS has done for us for the past 12 years.
Oh,
it's been a great partnership.
It has been a great partnership.
Well, actually, I always say to the people that run this, I say, hopefully I don't see you next year. The reason being is I won't have to be raising money for it, but unfortunately, I think we'll probably be there. So if we are, I hope to see you next year.
Yes, we'll see you next year,
Yep.
Tom.
Yep.